Hey guys, welcome back to LLA English. This is Money Minded Mandeep, and I hope you are doing absolutely everything you can towards securing your family's financial future. You know why I call myself Money Minded Mandeep? It's because I like to save as much money as I can and invest as much money as I can so that I can secure my family's future. But also, I research like crazy whenever I have to buy something because I value every penny of what I earn. Now, I am 25 years old, I've started earning, and in January I'll turn 26. So a few months ago, I was looking to buy a term insurance for myself because the earlier I buy, the cheaper it will get for me. And I would have to pay the same amount of premium for the rest of my term. But these days, every term insurance company is trying to catch your attention some way or the other by showing you multiple ads on various platforms. By now, I have memorized the ads of Max Life, ICICI and HDFC. But when someone is shown too many ads, they end up getting confused as to which insurance company they should buy their term insurance from. And same happened with me. And I began my research like crazy. So in this video, I will tell you how I selected the best term insurance company, what are some dark things about term insurance and the companies that they don't want me to tell you, but I will tell you. And then I'll also tell you how the claims get rejected and how you can avoid those mistakes. And lastly, I will also tell you an extra special bonus tip. Again, the companies don't want me to tell you, but I will tell you. Before proceeding, you must understand that insurance is just one part of your personal finance. You have to have a life insurance first, but after that, you should focus on building wealth. And in my next video, I will tell you how much you will lose if you don't invest for another 5 years. But for now, all I can tell you is please open yourself a Demat account, a mutual fund account, and start investing regularly. Try buying a 500 rupee share, and that will motivate you to learn more about stock markets. So I'm leaving you a link in description. Use that to open a Demat account with Zerodha. It's India's best broker. You won't have to pay any brokerage on your investments, and their app is best in class. Oh, and also you will be indirectly supporting this channel if you use that link to open a Demat account. So first of all, you need to understand what is term insurance. Focus on the word term. Term means a specific period of time. That means you cannot buy a life insurance for eternity. It will end at a certain age, and you should be careful while identifying that age. You must ask yourself, at what age will I have no dependents at all to take care of? And for most people, it's 65. Why? Because at 65, your kids would have turned around 30. And by 30, they would have started their careers and you won't have any dependents left on you. And we should only buy a life insurance when we are earning and we have dependents to take care of. So for most people, 65 is great. But if you check the premium difference between 65 years and 75 years plans, it's hardly 10 rupees or 50 rupees. So if you come across a case like this, then it makes much more sense to go with 75. But anything beyond that is just greed. Hence, the whole concept of whole life insurance is illogical because you need not require a life insurance till eternity. Also, the whole life insurance premiums are 6 times expensive. Now the next question comes, what should be the life insurance cover that you should take? And the answer is a minimum of 10 times your annual income after tax. For example, you are making 10 lakh rupees in 1 year after tax, then you should have at least 1 crore rupees of life cover. This is the minimum recommended insurance that you must have. Should you encounter an untimely death, your family will get this money to survive for the next 10 years with the same lifestyle. And you can go as high as 25 times of your annual income. And if you are wondering why only term insurance and not any other life insurance, the answer is very simple. There is no insurance other than term insurance that can give you a cover as high as 1 crore, 1.5 crore, even 3 crore rupees. At the same time, the premium you have to pay against 1 crore policy will be as low as 10 to 12,000 rupees if you are somewhere around my age. So term insurance gives you the cover you need at the cheapest premium ever. And the best part is, premium is different for every age group. The older you are, the more expensive it gets. But once you buy term insurance at whatever premium, that premium will get fixed for the entire term. So if you are paying 10,000 rupees in this year, you will keep paying 10,000 rupees in your 40th year, in your 45th year, which is very good because at that time, the value of money would have greatly diminished due to inflation and it won't be much of a burden on you. Now, one more thing before I start the investigation process. If you are thinking that if you survive the whole term, you will get nothing, then you are absolutely right and you should not get anything. The meaning of insurance is it's an expense that you pay for an uncertainty. If there's no uncertainty, you won't get any money and you should be happy with this scenario because some agents and companies will try to lure you towards ULIPs and endowment plans, which are combo of life insurance and investment. What you don't realize is that those plans do not give you adequate life cover and they are expensive. So the mentality that if we survive the term, we won't get anything back and it's a waste of money, it's absolutely illogical. You should not get any money if you survive the term. But if you don't survive the term, your family will get the amount that they deserve, which these plans cannot give you. And I'll make separate videos on ULIPs and endowments just to tell you how bad they are for you. So how to select the best term insurance company for you? For this, I will refer to the annual report provided by IRDA. This report is more than 200 pages long, so you don't need to read whole report to understand what I'm about to tell you. And I'll also link an Excel sheet in the description. Every year when the new report comes, I will keep updating the Excel sheet so that whenever you download it, you'll get the latest data. So it's much better than reading a 200-page report. The first ratio that you should check is claim settlement ratio. It's CSR. How many claims the company has passed in 1 year out of the total claims it has got. This is claim settlement ratio. And lately, every company is trying to improve this ratio. So you'll find a lot of companies with CSR of 97% and above, and it's a good thing. So these are the 10 companies that have a CSR of 97% and above. But that's not all because improving a CSR is pretty easy. What you should look for is amount settlement ratio. Now, what is this? Let me explain you with an example. Suppose the company gets 100 death claims and it passes 98% of them. Then the claim settlement ratio becomes 98%. But what if the total monetary value of those 100 death claims was 10 crore and the 2 claims that the company rejected were worth 50 lakh each? So by amount, the company passed only 9 crore out of 10 crores. This brings the amount settlement ratio to 90%. And this is important because any company can improve their claim settlement ratio by passing more and more of small ticket claims. But if you look at the amount settlement ratio, you will understand whether the company is passing big ticket claims as well. So these are the companies that have an amount settlement ratio of more than 90%. And the company with highest amount settlement ratio is Tata. We want only 90 plus companies, so I'm rejecting Aditya Birla. Now you should check another important ratio, which is claim rejection ratio. A lot of claims might remain pending at the year end, so we won't really know for sure whether they will be passed or rejected. And to know exactly how many claims were rejected in 1 year, you should look at claim rejection ratio. And we will only accept the companies with a claim rejection ratio of less than 1%. So here are the numbers and only 3 companies fit my criteria: LIC, HDFC and Tata. But if you look closely, ICICI has a claim rejection ratio of 1.18 and Max Life has 1.24. And I believe both are big companies, very competitive ones, and they will soon improve this ratio. So these two would be my runner-ups. The next ratio is solvency ratio. It means a company's assets as a percentage of liabilities. And according to IRDA, this ratio must be a minimum of 150%. So obviously every company will try to keep a minimum 150% of solvency ratio, but the higher the better, so that the company stays prepared for any contingencies in future. So these are the solvency ratio numbers and the highest is of Tata. Keep in mind though, this ratio may change from quarter to quarter and it's not as important as checking claim settlement ratio, amount settlement ratio and rejection ratio. So I'm checking ratios according to priorities high to low. And the last thing that I checked is assets under management. If a company doesn't manage enough money, then I don't feel comfortable taking an insurance from them because at the time of crisis, they may not have enough money to pay off all the claims. So these are the AUM numbers and of course the highest is of LIC, around 20 lakh crores. Tata has 16,000 crores, Max Life 41,000 crores, HDFC 37,000 crores and ICICI 41,000 crores. All the companies that I've chosen till now have great AUMs and I have no problem with them. So the top 3 are LIC, Tata, HDFC and the runner-ups ICICI and Max Life. Talking about LIC, I did not know earlier, but it has a very good term insurance plan which competes with private players with premiums almost at par with them. The policy is called LIC Tech Term 854 and it's not available offline. It can only be purchased online and there's no agent in between, so that's a good thing. However, it will only give you a cover up to 65 years of age, which is good as I've already told you. And it doesn't come with a critical illness rider that you need to keep in mind. Now talking about Tata, it is my top pick among the private players because it has an amazing claim settlement ratio, but more importantly, it has the highest amount settlement ratio at 96%. And the claim rejection ratio is also well below 1%. Then comes HDFC, claim settlement ratio also below 1%. So now you know which are the best companies. But wait, how do you buy a term plan? If anyone's ever told you that never buy a term plan, your claim will get rejected, they are lying. It's a myth and it doesn't happen. You should buy a term plan online. It will save you some commission. Now, while buying policy, you will come across two very important riders. One is critical illness and the other one is accidental disability. These are important because these two are such events that can hamper your income in future. Suppose you encounter some critical illness and you are not able to go to work. In that case, you will stop earning money. So you should get some cover for that scenario as well. And similarly in accidental disability, if you stop going to work due to a disability, it will stop your income. And for that scenario as well, you should have some cover. It is recommended to get a critical illness rider along with your term plan because the premium will then get fixed and will not increase. However, if you add this rider to your health insurance, you'll have to pay increasing premiums as you age. But still, while adding this rider, you must ask the company about the terms and conditions. How many illness does it cover? How much rider do you require? And all the things that usually remain hidden. And the second rider, accidental disability, you can add that too. But keep in mind, don't go overboard with these riders. Add an amount you actually think you will need. Now let's talk about claim rejection. What are the mistakes that you should avoid so that your claim doesn't get rejected if you die and your family goes to file a claim? While buying a policy, you will be asked a lot of details about you. For example, how much do you earn? Do you smoke? What is your medical history? Do you have any pre-existing diseases? And what happens is, if you don't smoke and you are absolutely fit, your premium will be at a minimum. But premium for a smoker would be significantly high. And if you have some pre-existing diseases, the premium would be even higher. So people tend to hide these facts from insurance companies in order to get a policy at a cheaper premium. And in future, this decision will come and bite you in the... You must understand that after your death, the insurance company will thoroughly investigate your case, and if it finds out that you had lied about your health condition at the time of taking the insurance, the claim will get rejected. Now there's a section 45 in place, which says that the company has the power to reject your claim during the first 3 years of your policy, but it cannot do so if your policy has crossed 3 years. And that is true. It is there to protect your interest, but you can die within 3 years. That's a possibility. Second thing, when your family finally goes to file the claim, the company may not be able to reject it, but the company may be able to delay it, and it has very good incentive to do so. So never ever give false information during your disclosures. Also make sure that you disclose your correct age, and that age should also be linked to your Aadhaar number. Nothing should be incorrect. And thirdly, avoid cheaper insurance. The whole point of making this video was to tell you that these are the top companies. The other companies might offer you insurance at a much cheaper premium, but it's not the risk worth taking. Now the question comes, where do you buy the term insurance plan? And this is not a sponsored video. I just want to tell you my experience. And my experience is, when I went to the websites of HDFC, Tata, Max Life Insurance, I always got confused because they are offering a lot of plans with a lot of names, and I always get confused as to which of the plan is the correct term plan that I researched for and I need to buy. That's why I went to policybazaar.com, clicked on the term insurance, filled up some details so that the portal can suggest the right plans for me, and I got to know just the term plans being offered by all the companies. And the strangest part is, those plans are sometimes even cheaper than the company's own website. So why would I not get this benefit? And it's not just about the cheap plans. I went to Tata's own website to see if I can buy the term plan online on their website, and I could not find that option. Apart from that, it was also very difficult to understand all the conditions attached with the term plan itself and the two riders that I recommended, the critical illness one and the accidental rider. And the Policy Bazaar executive, to my surprise, explained very beautifully all the conditions, and I was able to take a decision. However, I strongly recommended you in this very video that please do not go for limited pay or return of premium, even if the executive tells you or convince you to do so. So because this video is not sponsored, I am allowed to say all the details in a very transparent manner, and I'm proud of that. But at the same time, I am leaving you a link in description to Policybazaar's term plan, and that link is an affiliate link. So if you do decide to buy your term plan from Policybazaar anyway, you might as well use that link. It will not cost you one extra rupee to do that, but indirectly you will be supporting this channel so that we can continue to make such videos and make you proud. Now comes the extra special bonus tip that the companies don't want I should tell you. While buying your term insurance policy, you will come across two options. One is limited pay, the other one is return of premium. Limited pay says that you pay double monthly premium, but you'll only have to pay that for 10 years. After that, you won't have to pay any premiums, and if you calculate total premiums, you will save half of the premiums in limited pay. It is true, but the question you should be asking is, how is the company so generous? How can they give you a 50% off on your entire premiums? The answer is time value of money. Suppose your regular premium is 1000 rupees. It may be worth something for the company if you give 1000 to them in 2020, but it won't be worth anything if you pay this 1000 rupees in, let's say, 2050. So the premiums that the company receives after 10 years would have already lost the value, and it's worthless for the company. Instead, they want you to pay double premium per month till 10 years so that they can get more time to invest that money and make a good corpus. Which is exactly you should be doing with your money. Instead of 2000 rupees, you pay 1000 rupees and you put that 1000 rupees in a mutual fund that generates 12% interest, let's say 12% interest, and after 13 years, it would have crossed the total premiums you would have paid the entire term. So the logic that you tell yourself, what if I lose my job after 10 years and I won't have the money to pay premiums, I will lose the policy. It's totally illogical because you are investing some extra money towards that. And if you don't lose your job and keep investing that money, it will grow into crores of rupees. So even if you die, your family will get crores, and if you don't die, you will get to see crores. Same logic is with return of premiums. You pay double premiums in the hope of getting all the premium back, but tell me honestly, what will be the worth of 2000 rupees that you pay today but receive 50 years later? Instead, you should go for regular premium, pay as low as possible, and invest all money towards your future. These were just my 2 cents. I faced a lot of criticism on these topics on my Hindi video, and then I had to make a new Q&A video to further support my argument, but I stand by my argument. If you also did not understand this concept, let me know. I will make a standalone video to explain this. Demat account link in the description. Please open a Demat account and start investing today. So that's it for this video. I will see you in my next video. Bye.